Hello my wonderful people, and I hope you are well. Welcome to the Moderator, a show where I pick a game each week and then find a selection of mods I feel are worth mention. They can range from retextures to costumes to total overhauls, and they're completely useless. I dig through the web pages to find them and deliver them here. And no, there will be no nude or sexually explicit mods here, so get your mind out of the gutter. This is a Christian video. Thank you. If you like the video, then please leave a like and subscribe if you have a second. It's free and it would really mean a lot. But without further ado, let's get on. Today we are doing part 2 of my Resident Evil 2 Remake mods. Go watch part 1 please, thank you. So let's have a looky then, shall we? Okay then. To start then, we have the useful mod for those of you who are never sure if an enemy is actually down or not. And for those of you who have watched Zombieland, you know all too well by now to make sure that those that are dead stay dead. And my Achilles weeps in agony just thinking of this scene, but I saw it, so you have to see it too and suffer with me. Because this game is, of course, built entirely around suspense, the ammunition to do this is scarce, but there's nothing quite like thinking an enemy is dead, only to have them suddenly spring back to life like a zombified jack-in-the-box and attack you, ruining a perfectly good run, killing you and resetting your progress, or in my case, simply soiling yourself and spending the next 3 hours attempting to conceal the mess before anyone else got home. That's where the Enemy Health GUI mod fortunately comes in. The handy little tool allows you to see the health bar of all of the enemies in the game. And it does take the suspension out of it, I'll warn you, but overall it's pretty small, not in the way, and can bring about new methods in your gameplay when it comes to taking down enemies and ammunition preservation. Plus, like in the bedroom, playing with a helping hand can make a much more enjoyable experience from time to time. Except I've only got access to single player at the moment. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's small, relatively in the way, and adds a pretty cool new feature to the game that wasn't present in the first place. Now the next few mods I have for you are reskins, so if you're interested in them, please stick around. If not, you can skip to here, and I won't be too offended. The first one lets you play as Ada Wong, the ever-mysterious and mysteriously scantily clad detective lady from the campaign. It replaces Claire Redfield's skins, so bye bye Claire. But for you role players out there, it can be pretty neat to put yourself in the shoes of someone else other than the two usuals surviving in the zombie apocalypse. Now on the topic of role players, the next mod I have for you allows you to play as Hunk, the badass looking soldier from the 4th Survivor section of the game. It replaces the Leon Arclay skin, so you can still play as Leon if you wish. I think it's cool seeing this character in something other than that very much frantic mode that is 4th Survivor. He looks pretty badass and has a military spec op style dude going on. In a situation like this, it's a pretty cool change from just the rookie cop. That means you can finally live out your fantasy of being in a Mission Impossible style zombie game while stuffing Doritos into your face on the sofa at 3 AM. Games today look gorgeous, but if for some reason you find it hard to stomach the photorealistic polygonal plethora that we see in games nowadays, you could always use the classic Leon and Claire DLC costumes. But the Claire costume has a small hitch, given how it doesn't follow the continuity of the game. But that's where the Claire 98 vest and no vest mod comes in. It replaces the remake's classic Claire with 98s and manages to follow the story, meaning that as the game progresses, her vest will be removed, as well as Sherry eventually wearing a classic vest. It's a small touch, but it's one that would have for sure bothered me, so I'm glad that it exists. I find it funny though that both DLC and mods exist to make a thing look actively worse, but yeah, here I am talking about it. It's odd. I guess that the nostalgia of Lara Croft's triangular titty-tastic trilogy never really wore off with some people, huh? Who needs 4K? Just give us triangles. And look at all them triangles. Ooh yeah. Triangles. If for some reason you really do love the 90s and triangles aren't quite hitting that itch, then sit down, because there's another mod here that's a blast from the past. It allows you to play as Regina or Dylan Morton from the Dino Crisis games. The skin replaces both Claire and Leon respectively, so it's more of a commitment than anything I'm prepared to make in real life. But it's great for those of you who really enjoy weird crossovers, like that one where The Simpsons weirdly did 24, or where Superman teamed up with Bugs Bunny. Wait, what? How many of these are there? Oh God, you've got Superman and Bugs Bunny, Superman and like Elmer Fudd and that weird Martian dude. Oh, Superman and Bat Duck, sign me up! So yeah, if you enjoy that kind of weird stuff, then you're good to go with this. In my last episode, I covered a mod that turns all enemies into tofu. It was pointless but fun, however poor Claire and Leon were ever so left out of that tofu-y goodness, and they just had to join in. This mod replaces Leon and Claire's Noir DLC costumes with, you guessed it, tofu. Because goddamn tofu, do I need to explain why this is of the utmost importance, internet? No? Good, I'm glad we all agree, let's move on, thank you. Up next we have a mod that recreates the invisible enemy mode from the Resident Evil remastered game. but it gives you options to decide what enemies you want invisible. For those of you who want to punish yourself and experience more pain than putting your bollocks in a blender, then this is exactly the mod for you. Hell, I may even consider doing an attempt at playing through this and seeing just how far I can get before I'm forced to put Hurt by Johnny Cash on repeat and cry myself to sleep in a corner. Seriously, if you get through the entire game playing like this, you are some sort of nutcase and deserve an award that hasn't even been invented yet, so go and invent the award and give it to yourself. This next mod adds fear and evokes terror like none I've ever seen before. Picture it. You're walking through the hallways of the RCPD, minding your own business, when suddenly you hear from behind you. The noise gets closer, closer, and ever closer. You freeze. A single drop of sweat runs off of your forehead, and as you turn slowly, you see it. The impending doom. This thing. Oh, Lord Christ, people, what have you done? Yes, this is the Beach Boy Mr. X mod. A mod that takes Mr. X and gives him flip-flops, sunglasses, and tiny little speedos. Because I didn't realise this is exactly what this game needed. Now you, instead of being stalked by a haunting figure in a trench coat, can be stalked by something that's dressed more like a middle-aged dad at the beach, and I don't know what one is more terrifying if I'm honest. My only concern for this being that if you combine it with the X Gon Give It To You mod from my last video, that it would make for a very odd experience. What is X Gon give you when he catches you? Well, dressed like that, Sonny, I don't particularly think I want to know. Oish. You can also make him have little rubber ducky squeaky feet, because why not? Now that's pretty much all I've got for today, guys. It was a nice short one. These mods are coming out in sort of trickles, but I wanted to get this next one out, seeing as the last one did particularly well and you guys seemed interested. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and make sure to like and subscribe if you did, and if not, let me know why you didn't. I'm always looking to improve, and criticism is the best way to do that. But with that being said, thank you for watching. This is Jack from Game Gear signing out, and I will see you next week. Bye!